Ushiro ryote. Okay. So in this form, we start confronting the partner, but we step out of the line when he walks towards us and do 2 steps in total to offer our hands behind the back, palm upwards. So my front foot moves out and I step another step to the side. Alphonse comes forward, and by that moment I need to leave the line and offer my both palms. That's important in our training. It's not the mainstream aikido entrance. Mainstream would be more like this. Okay. Yeah. Still like this. But, well, I say, in a sense, his advice is to offer the hand behind the back, because so uke has to take it. It's like if we confront the partner and do, for instance, katate dori or ryote dori. So of course we offer our hand so he can take. It would be very strange if we would take our hands back or behind or beside, because surely we are then completely open. That's one of the reasons. So, but anyhow, we start from here. Just do this entrance procedure. Okay? So, last word. If Alphonse comes from my left side, I step with the left foot and end up migi hanmi. If he comes from the right, this is hidari hanmi position. Okay? Let's do that. Ushiro ryote dori. Okay. Check this, please. Now, maybe you should come to the side here so we have a gap to the camera to see the step work. Yes. Now, I think a couple of weeks we did already YouTube in the Ushiro ryote dori in a YouTube show, no? So I don't remember, maybe. I just repeated. You have to repeat this stuff anyways, lots of time. Now, give more, let's say, attention, or pay more attention to the multiple, let's say, moments for uke. How could be an attack functional arise or placed? Now, if I attack from front, my first idea would be to go straight on tori. I want to really go towards, almost like shomenbuchi or jodansuki. So I really want to come in. Now, of course, we know how to do techniques if there's a strong attack from front. But in this case, tori decides to leave the line. So I'm not walking around tori, I'm breaking into his position. Now he's leaving the line. The next thing what I want to do is to get into his back. It's not like waiting for his hand. If you leave the line, I want to go after him. And the better I can come, the closer I can come in, the better it is for me. So my first step is towards uke straight. Now he turns up and I immediately adapt and come. That's why he has to reach out by his second hand towards me to give me a point to grasp. If he wouldn't do that, why shouldn't I not take the neck or even choke him? But if he leaves the line and gives me his hand, Of course, I should be aware, because if I am not aware about that and his hand comes towards me, like with the elbow, that's not good for me then. So both of us should understand why it happens that I come behind him. First of all, my strong attack, he dodges by leaving the line, but I follow up and he's prepared to that, to stop me or to receive my second hand grasp. Okay. Now, I turn you around a little bit. In this moment, there is no idea of pushing or pulling. It's just connected with my entire body, including my leg work and center work. Because, why should I use the same idea as Tori? Because, as we understand, we can change the balance of the partner by using the leg work and the center, instead of doing something by arms. And actually, the direction is very easy to explain. It's cross the lines of his position, of his feet. Because if I would push into his stand forward or pull backward, and he's just in this direction placed with his stance, it's easy for him to, let's say, keep standing. But if I go sideways to this direction, he will be much more improper. Now, I don't have to do that immediately. I should not pull or push sideways or whatever, but the potential should be there. And that feels different for Tori. If I attack, if I'm just coming behind, no, go away, and wait for what he is doing, even though my hands are fully, come around, please, come around, fully in connection, but not my body is behind my hands. He doesn't feel any danger. But if I put my body behind, he immediately feels a change. And immediately it affects initial position. So that's the same practice as we always practice from Tori's side. You have to use your leg work like active. The knees and the, what is that again? Ankles are not locked, but free. And the diaphragm is taken down, and your arms and shoulders are soft. But your whole body is completely connected. That's actually the major target for Uke. First of all, to be clear with the line of attack, then be clear to follow up and bring the whole body into the play. If I would not do that or limit myself into pushing or pulling, it's maybe just one possible, let's say, thread or task you should work on then, if I push or pull. But if I keep all directions open, of course it's much more challenging to keep balance and to work with it. So one more time, the whole process in slow motion, the other side around. I go straight, front, I come after him, and I put my whole body into connection. Okay. Try again, a little bit more. So, another thing to say, please just sit down where you are. Now, check this, maybe in this direction. If we face each other for kata tedori, we already said we reach out to the partner so the partner has a clear idea where to grasp. Now, also the distance is deciding. I would never reach out like this. Just grasp to this. It feels somehow awkward. It's a little close now. I mean, also for you, you cannot, I mean, I could even reach you with my second hand without moving my body far. Or if I would grasp at your place, you would give. I would never grasp like this because everybody says that's just too close, right? Ushiri Todori is identical. And you should adjust to each other from both sides. It's not only Tori and not only Uke who needs to adjust. Both of us have to adjust to each other. So if we reach out for kata tedori, of course, we know this kind of distance. And the same is for Ushiri Todori. I need to feel and adjust, and Sylvia too. So this is not the position in the end. Or you take your arms closer to your center, or this, but this. We are actually in the same distance to each other, like in harmony if we face each other. But just, I'm turned around. Okay? Again, please. Try again. Okay. Good. Now let's continue with form. So, of course, there are some different ideas, some basic routines we could explain now, but we just do ikkyo now. Okay, try it. Do I show this like this? Please don't limit yourself in your abilities to move flexible or free. Usually it needs maybe just attention or awareness, but also in this moment advice. You remember that we set up all the function of body by using our leg work and our center and relaxing our shoulders, especially shoulder axis, but also spine, upper body, shoulder blades, collarbone is soft and flexible to move. It's nothing like locked and therefore legs locked or center pulled in or backwards. It's like the opposite. Flexible, movable legs, center active and very light. Now, of course, in Shiryu Otodori, we tend to not recognize this so much, how much pressure or how much power we use in the shoulders because of the situation that the partner is behind us. And maybe it's due to the fact that we cannot see it, so our visual system is not working towards the partner, or it is because our shoulders are somehow put into a position where we're not aware how much tension it is, what we have there, instead of relaxing and being free and recognizing I'm bent forward instead of upright, and recognizing I'm bent forward and not using my legs, but something with my arms instead of relaxing and uprighting myself. Okay. So this is the first thing. Then we have in this movement, we have a turn on the spot. We turn around with the body. Now check this. Let me show like this. What was the order of turn? Tell me, from where did I turn my body? Now, what was the order? Yes, head, shoulders, hips, feet. Some of you don't even use the feet, they just turn like this. But didn't we say that we try to set up the order of movement from the feet to the hips, to the shoulders, and then to the head? Maybe it's due to the fact, as I already said, that we want to see quickly what is Uka doing and follow with the rest of the body. But technically, it's completely opposite of what we should practice to make the body functional or keep it functional. Because we already practiced many, many times. Everybody knows now, YouTube visitors or people are like, oh, not again, this stuff, we have done it. We're not practicing using our vision to bring the partner down. Actually, it's the opposite. We're using our legs first and the center and relax our body and keep it upright. Now, don't forget this system, because if you don't use it, you limit yourself. You limit the freedom of movement what you have. If you lock your feet on the ground and you turn around with your head, it's just not even half, less than half of the option or of the potential to turn. If I turn my feet, of course, I can turn much more. So my shoulder axis is free to move. If I lock that, it's just limited. So again, in this moment, I should start by my legs and center before I check and watch. And again, I just should start with my legs and center before I relax. And again, I should start with my legs and center before I would use anything else, like bending forward, watching downwards, or putting some strength to the partner to get him down or her down. So don't forget what you already know and practice, or other words, upturn. Please try to implement this in this form too, or discover yourself where you change, where you're not using your leg work, your center work first, and come to the upper body. Where are you using your vision to check or your upper body to move something and forget about your legs? Okay? Go ahead. Okay. So, this is one of the classics, Andrew Simpson's classics. Usually he takes a white belt, steals the belt, so people with the white belt are trying to keep their jacket close, and then he says, look this, see, if I want to move here, like this, it's very difficult, but very easy. So, this is one of the functions of one arm. It's not this. It is this. What's the difference? Distance and weight distribution. Weight distribution between my 2 feet. Okay, now just keep it for a second. If I would just turn and keep my center of gravity at the same spot, if I would just turn around, this happens. But if I turn and put my weight to the distance foot, this happens. Of course, before I must measure this basic tension or connection. If I would do it here, it would not work at all. Okay? So I must come to a point where I feel like, yeah, here's some connection, like a rubber band. But then it's not only turning, it's also putting the weight to the other distance. Now, here too, if I do this, not good. But if I do this, possible. And if I come towards the distance leg with my weight, more easy. Can that go? So both things are working. The one arm, what comes slinging around my upper body, is like I showed, but by taking my weight to the distance further, I make the partner move. Let go this one. The same here. It's not lifting him. It's taking him into forward movement by changing my weight from center to away. And it works not simultaneously, but very, very well connected for both. Of course, I start by this influence, by this arm, and additionally, I take this arm too. Okay? So if I would just, say, turn around, it's not enough. So now, I should have said it already. The same is on the other side. So if we are turning around and making partner move, now it's the same. It's like changing the distance to make the partner move. So I come into the connection. It's actually the opposite movement. You know also this form. By coming into the partner. This is after the first turn. What happens? So first, we move by taking distance, and then we move by coming close before we change distance again. So it's a process of going into connection, changing distance to more, to less, to more, to less. As a process of, you could actually say breathing or pulse. Okay? Try to find that for yourself. Hi. So, some weeks ago I told you, please check the YouTube to recognize yourself. It's a good challenge for your, what's proprioception of English? Proprioception? Proprioception. Okay, I don't know the word. So Propriozeption ist die Fähigkeit, sich selbst, also den Körper in Lage im Raum zu spüren und wahrzunehmen. In English. Proprioception, the quality or the ability to sense your body, how it's placed in the space, the room around you. Because I still see positions like this. Maybe I actually changed the angle of the camera angle now it's wider to catch this corner. Maybe it's just on the edge, so I should turn around. Next time, it's the secret corner where somebody can practice without being targeted or seen in YouTube. But next time, please come into the center to check yourself, because it's an interesting source of information if you check later what you do. I actually, after I was teaching like today, I listen or I try to figure out what was I about to tell or what was my ideas to teach, and I try to learn from that, but sometimes my English is really awkward, or I say strange stuff where I think like maybe it's not possible to understand what I'm talking about, but anyhow, so it's a source also for the body movement. Sometimes I see myself like this, and I want to be like that, more like that. Now, anyhow, by the way, if there is, no, I speak to the YouTube people, if there's any interest to join the summer camp in France in end of August, you should sign up quickly, because I think the deadline is this end of this week. So, if you want to join, please sign up as soon as possible. And was there anything else to say? Maybe not. So we finish now. What do you want? ありがとうございました。どうぞ。